This is the perfect situation to get the hang of and to learn exactly what is HDR on your camera. What I have in front of me here is this beautiful sunset and then this much darker, much more shadowy foreground that still has loads of detail in it. So with the right setup, I'm going to be able to get the best of both worlds. This shot is all about capturing detail the whole way through the frame, whether you're talking about these kind of shadowy, much darker areas in the foreground or that amazing sunset just behind, and HDR is going to be what allows us to do that. HDR stands for high dynamic range, and it's basically a way of talking about how a camera sensor picks up images that have very bright areas and very dark areas in them. Dynamic range being the kind of difference between the two. The bigger the dynamic range your camera sensor has, the bigger that difference between the darkest area of your frame and the brightest area can be. What HDR does in this camera phone is it basically takes a couple of images at the same time, blends them together so that I get an image that has lots of detail and color, whether I'm talking about the foreground or the background. This frame is all about the sunset as the sun just goes down behind this foreground here, and HDR is all about taking an image that preserves the highlights in my sunset and makes sure I've got some of this lovely golden color in there without losing all of the detail in the front of my frame. This small yacht in there, all of these houses on the other side of the river are really important to this image, so we want to catch both at the same time, and what HDR is going to let me do is preserve details in both. Otherwise, the rest of this image is really just about composition, making sure that I've got a nice foreground with plenty of this lovely blue sky and these nice colourful clouds in there as well. In fact, what I'm going to do is just tap on my scene and pull the exposure down just ever so slightly to stop this area right here from overexposing and get those colours looking exactly as I want them to, and I think that that looks like a really cool end of the day frame. This frame is a really good example of what happens when you leave your camera to its own devices. As you can see, what's happened, this foreground here is exposed correctly, you would certainly argue. There's lots of detail in it, but what has also happened is that this sunset right here that I know had loads of colour in it has totally overexposed, blown out. The only colour there is just plain overexposed white. So this is not really the frame that I'm looking to produce. This one, in terms of exposure, is much closer to the mark. You can see I don't have big kind of highlights and areas of white blown out detail, and there's still loads going on in the foreground here. I like the detail of this kind of small yacht and the barge, and the thing that I really love about this picture is this cheeky seagull just blitzing over the top there. I think is a really nice little detail to kind of pick up on. It's something for your eye to do while it's looking at the picture. This is my favorite frame. What I like here is just the timing of it is really nice. It's just before the sun dips finally behind the horizon, and the way that all of these clouds in front have arranged themselves means that the light is kind of spraying out over the scene. It looks really cool. This foreground here, I think, make an argument for it being just ever so slightly underexposed perhaps, but what I really like is the reflection of these colours just here in the water makes this look like a really cool frame.